ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमान् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितैयदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We'll read the seventh and eighth mantra. Let's start with seventh and eighth mantra. Page number 62 and 63. सा यथा सौम्य वयांसि वासो वृक्षं सम्प्रतिष्ठन्ते एवं ह वै तत्सर्वं परे आत्मनि सम्प्रतिष्ठते। There it is written para atmani by sandhi that ekar has gone. It is not misprint or it is not wrong, but when we are pronouncing it differently, separate words, we have to make it pare atmani. स यथा सौम्य वयांसि वासो वृक्षं सम्प्रतिष्ठन्ते एवं ह वै तत्सर्वं परे आत्मनि सम्प्रतिष्ठते. Now the eighth one also we see. पृथ्वी च पृथ्वी मात्रा च आपश्च आपो मात्रा च तेजश्च तेजो मात्रा च वायुश्च वायु मात्रा च आकाशश्च आकाश मात्रा च चक्षुश्च द्रष्टव्यं च श्रोत्रं च श्रोतव्यं च घ्राणं च घ्रातव्यं च रसश्च रसयितव्यं च त्वक् च स्पर्शयितव्यं च वाक् च वक्तव्यं च हस्तौ च आदातव्यं चोपस्थश्च आनन्दयितव्यं च पायुश्च विसर्जयितव्यं च पादौ च गन्तव्यं च मनश्च मन्तव्यं च बुद्धिश्च बोद्धव्यं च अहङ्कारश्चाहङ्कर्तव्यं च चित्तं च चेतयितव्यं च तेजश्च विद्योतयितव्यं च प्राणश्च विधारयितव्यं च. Very interesting. If we try to understand, if we meditate upon it, it is very, very interesting. Now, please come to the seventh mantra. I'll just give you the word-to-word meaning and then we'll move forward. It is said, Sa yatha somya vayansi. What does vayansi mean? Vayansi meaning birds. Birds. The birds, vayas. It is napunsak ling, napunsak nakaranta shabda. So it is vayam, vayas, vayansi. Vayas, vayamsi is the plural. So स यथा सौम्य vayansi vaso vriksham sapratishthante. As the residents of the tree, they go back in the same tree in the evening. They go back to the nest, their own nest. Yatha Somya, the teacher is telling the student here is being referred to, addressed to as Somya, whose personality is very cool, cooling personality. So he's Somya, Sayatha Somya Vayamsi, the birds, Vaso Vriksham, the residents of the tree, who live on the tree. Sampratishthan, they go back in the evening to the same tree, to the same nest. Evam havai tat sarvam pare atmani sampratisthate. In this way only, all the sense organs, the mind, and all the five elements, he will give the list. Shruti Ma will give the list in the next mantra. Just now that we read, so many things, all of them go back into the self. Okay, where is the establishment? Whose is the joy? That was the question, you remember? That what is all resolved? Where does everything go back into? That is the question number 6. You should not forget the sequence of the questions. Was dream state and deep sleep state was given, who is awake and all that. Then now the question number 6 is, before that was, whose is the joy? That we were seeing. Whose is the joy? Now we are seeing where, in what all is resolved, where is everything established, in what everything goes back. Yesterday we saw, yesterday also I was explaining this aspect of the fact that many times meaning every time, we feel that samsara is different, separate, and the world is different. And when we are asleep also, the world is awake, the world, everything is going on. But actually it is not so. We are creating our own world. When we are getting up again, we are bringing out the same world. So everything goes back into the same self. This needs a lot of meditation. After that, we will understand. See, any solution is what in solution is finding the cause of something. So the Upanishads will always ask us, what is that one solution? What is that one thing in which everything goes? What is that one thing after knowing which everything is known? Remember, we had seen this in Tetri also. What is that same? What is that thing that after knowing which we don't need to know more? So there must be some one thing that is known. That should be known. There's one thing in which everything goes back. That there's one thing from which everything comes out. So the Upanishads are taking us to that one thing only. You can name anything. We have named that Brahma. Actually, it is not called Brahma also. So everything here, any solution, what is a solution? To find the cause of that and then we resolve it. So cause of something, when it goes back into that, the things go back into that, that is the cause. So here the question is in what everything resolves back, or in what everything goes back into. So in Pralay, it is very easy to understand Pralay. When we say that in Pralay, everything goes back into that Bhagwan, or everything goes back into its cause, it is easy. But when I say everything goes back into myself, into my Atma, this is not possible. How is it possible? From me only everything is coming out. I am the creator. How can everything go back into myself? That's very difficult to understand. It is easy when we try to meditate and we logically, slowly try to find out the facts. But initially, it is difficult. It is as if somebody is talking something from outside that. It's not possible. How is it possible? Such big, big things are there. Cosmos, the whole cosmos is inside me. I don't believe it. But here to say everything goes back into me and it is coming out of me only. This is called Ek Jeevvad. What is it called? Ek Jeevvad. Yesterday what we saw? We saw Drishti Srishtivad and Srishti Drishtivad. Remember? So now here it is Ek Jeevvad. Everything is going back into that same Jeev. And again it is coming out, the Pandora's box opens and everything as if opened, the box is opened now and now all the Srishti, the Sansar, my Sansar has been created. It's like that. So, because when I say that during my dream or deep sleep state, still there is the world, but I had experienced the infinity of that self. Now, as if it is being said that there are two separate worlds. I'm talking about our logic, what we think from our experience. We think that the world is also existing. Which world? The finite world. Just now I experienced what? Just now in the deep sleep state, I was experiencing the infinite self. Again, after who's saying that there are two worlds? That means the sansar was also there. After I got up, I say, not during that time, not during the deep sleep, I remember that there is another world also. At that time, I'm completely under bliss. I'm completely under that infinite infinity that I feel there is I am unlimited. But after I come out from that state, then I feel no, at that time, two worlds were simultaneously working. It's not possible. Why? Because infinite cannot coexist with finite. See, two finite things can coexist, but it's not possible that one infinite and one finite coexist. That mixture, if it is a say, if x and y, if there are two things, x and y, if something are coexisting x and y has come out from x without changing x, then what is y? Y is due to, it is seen due to ignorance only because x has not changed. If something is coming out from something and the cause has not changed, that means what? The change is just visual. It is just due to ignorance. It is not real. It's not a fact. It hasn't changed anything. Similarly, here also, when I go into deep sleep state, I come out. Everything is coming out without changing me because again, when I sleep, again the next day when I sleep, again I find out I go back to my same self. And there again, I experience the same blissful state. It's not changed. But hey, yesterday was more blissful. Today's wasn't blissful. I'm not talking about dream state. If you're not going into the deep sleep state, that's a different case. But when I go into the deep sleep state, the experience is the same. So here, my experience only says that I again and again go back there where there's an unchanging state, that Atma, that Brahma, that is unchanging. So that X is unchanging. And when I come out, I see the Y world. The world is changing, but the X is unchanged. Though I feel that the Y has come out from the X. But if the X is not changing, that means what? That X hasn't changed and the Y is just an imposition or superimposition on the X. It is just due to ignorance I am able to see that. If I know this fact, then I am untouched, unperturbed at all. I am undisturbed. I'm just relaxed. That everything is just seen. It is not there at all. This is what? This is Ek Jeevad. Everything has come out from myself only. So in Vedanta, we say that in deep sleep state, I experience that infinite self. And with that, no finitude can exist. The finite cannot exist with that. Because two finites can exist, but one infinite and one finite, they cannot exist. One unlimited thing. But because why? Because if another one, there cannot be two infinite things because the first one will make the other finite again. Purna, Can be only one. Purnamadav, Purnamidam. So from Purna, only Purna can come out. If Purna is not coming out, then that is not Purna at all. So one infinite cannot exist with another infinite, because that will make that infinite also finite. I don't understand anything. I can only hear finite, infinite, finite, infinite, finite. I'm not able to understand. Did you get my point? Is there any doubt? You can ask me. I've unmuted you. You can just ask me. Otherwise, I'll go ahead. Don't get confused. Two finite things can exist. One infinite and other is finite. That is our experience at the moment. When we get up, then we feel that during the deep sleep state, my sansar was also there, which is finite. And my infinite experience was also there, the blissful experience, that is the infinite. They both were existing. Arey, my clothes are drying outside. It has dried. And before sleeping, I dried my clothes. After I got up, it has dried. So the world was existing. But who is saying this? I am saying when? After we get up. So I have created. Everything I have created. You have to meditate and think about it. Then it will become very easy. Suppose you are gone into the dream state. Dream state. And during that dream state, you have gone in the dream. Okay, in the dream, you have gone slided slowly into the deep sleep state. Slowly. In the dream. Hmm. Now, when you're gone into the deep sleep state, again you have come back to your dream state. Now tell me, does this mean that when you were in the deep sleep state, then in the dream, when you were in the deep sleep state, your dream was existing? What is my question? Suppose you are dreaming. In the dream, no, there can be six dreams in the dream. In the dream, again you're dreaming in the dream, again you're dreaming in the dream, like that. That's also one case. So if you're dreaming in the dream, you have slowly slided into deep sleep state. Now, when you're slided into deep sleep state, my question is whether that dream state is there or not. The dream sleep is not there. Naturally, it is not there because you have gone into deep sleep state. Similarly, here, when we were in the deep sleep, when we were here, when we get up, then that dream state is also not there. The waking world is also not there. When we are in the dream, this waking state is not there. So experience of continuation, anything, any experience of continuation does not mean that that thing is real or that exists. It can be experienced that there is a continuity in that, but that does not make it a fact that that was a continuation or that's a real thing. In the dream, I go into the deep sleep state. Deep sleep state, that means what? The dream is gone. Similarly, here also, when I get up, I feel that the world was existing, but actually it wasn't there. When I've gone, that is everything is gone. Okay. See, suppose I see you in the morning. I see you in the morning at a certain place with certain clothing. Suppose you are wearing a jacket, a beautiful red jacket with a red hoodie jacket. Now, in the evening, again at 5 p.m., again I see you at the same spot with the same jacket on. Does that mean that you did not move at all? You may have moved, you may have gone home, you have come back again to that same place. I'm seeing you at the same spot. Does not mean that you did not move at all. Just like that. Okay. So this is our problem. Our problem is that we are seeing deep sleep as an exclusive experience to waking state. Exclusive. See, we have heard Mandukya also. And we were hearing Mandukya in the Vedathya Prakaran, in the Karika also. This was mentioned that the whole thing, the whole waking state is also another dream only, a long one, a longer one. It is compared, both of them, those states were compared, how a dream state is equivalent to waking state only. We have to brush up all those things. We can't forget. Okay, so this is what is said here. So now, what is the question here? Where everything resolves back. So the bird example is given. Let us see the Bhashyam first and then we will move to the eighth one. Eighth is, okay, we saw the connecting Bhashya. Remember yesterday, Etasmin Kale Avidya Kama Karma Nibandhanani, page 62, second paragraph, we had already seen. Now let us go to the main Bhashyam of the seventh mantra. Sa Drishtantaha Yatha Yena Prakarena Somya Priyadarshan. This is an example he's saying. This is an example to explain this. To explain what? To explain how everything resolves back into the same self. Everything goes back there only. Praharina Soumya Priyadarshan. Soumya meaning what? Priyadarshan, one who has got a cooling effect or a cooling personality, cool like a cool moon. Priyadarshan. Vayamsi. Vayamsi meaning Pakshinaha. All the words are equal to, I mean, the meaning they have been given. Vayansi meaning Pakshinaha. Vasartham Vriksham Vaso Vriksham. He has split in this samas. He's saying Vasartham Vriksham, the tree to live. So one who uses the trees, the birds don't live on any tree. They choose the trees. The tree should be bushy. The tree should have a lot of leaves so that they can hide. They prefer a quiet life. So with lots of leaves and all. So Vasatam Vriksham Vaso Vriksham, the residents of that tree. Prati Sampratishtante. Sampratishtante means Gachanti. They all go back in the evening to their own nests on the trees. Evam yatha drishtantaha havai tat vakshyamana sarvam pare atmani akshare sampratishtante. So similarly, what will be said? Tat vakshyamana. Vakshyamana meaning future tense. That will be said. Next, it will be said that all go back. Sarvam pare atmani. Go back into that apare atmani. In that self only. In that self, everything goes back. It resolves into the same thing. Kim tat sarvam. Now this is the connecting thing. Kim tat, only one line. Kim tat sarvam. What is that? Kim tat sarvam. What are all those things that go back? The whole list has been given. There are 42 elements that go back. So you have to keep counting. So Kim Tat Sarvam, what are those? See, Upanishad loves to give us a list. Everything, it will make a list for you and give. So Prithvi, please come to the Moolam. Prithvi cha, Prithvi matra. So he is giving us, Shruti Ma is giving us the element, and element meaning Panchikrit Panchamahabhut, and it's Tanmatra, that is Apanchikrit Panchamahabhut. Okay, so Apanchikrit Panchamahabhut meaning the nascent state where it is unmixed, only the element itself. So one is the mixed portion and the other one is totally unmixed portion, pure. So Prithvi cha, the Panchikrit Prithvi cha, and Prithvi Matra cha, the Apanchikrit Prithvi cha, Apas cha, Apo Matra cha. Tejascha, Tejo Matracha. Apaha means water. Water, the Panchikrit water and the Apanchikrit water, the Tanmatra. Tejascha, that is the Agni, and Tejo Matracha, the Apanchikrit Teja, the Agni. Vayuscha, Vayu Matracha. All the five elements. Vayu meaning the air and its Tanmatracha. Akashascha, Akasha Matracha. The space and the tanmatra of that space. Now, all these were how many? Keep counting. Okay, 5 were the 5 elements, and 5 were what? It's tanmatras. So it comes to 10. Now, chakshuscha drashtavyam cha. So now Gyanendriyani are being told. These were the Panchabhutani. Now Gyanendriyani. Chakshuscha and Drashtavyam cha. Drashtavyam meaning all its vishay, the forms that the eyes see. So eyes and its forms outside. Tat vishayaha. So how many are there? Gyanendriya are also five, and along with it, it's Vishaya, that's the objects of that Gyanendriya, that will come to 10 again. So Drashtavya meaning the Vishaya of the Chakshu. Shrotram cha Shrotavya, what is heard? Hearing, I mean the ears, and what is heard. Granam cha Ghratavyam, Grana meaning the smell and its objects. The rasascha rasaitavyam, the taste and the its objects. Twakcha sparshaitavyam, the touch and its objects. Cha vakcha vaktavyam. Now from here again karmendriyani is starting. Karmendriya plus its tanmatras. That is that vishayaha, not tanmatra. Vishayaha, its objects. Vakcha vaktavyam, speech and the object of speech, the words, etc. Hastaucha adatavyam, in the whatever is held, hands and whatever can be held. Cho pasthascha anandaitavyam, cha payuscha visarjitavyam, the anus, the genitals and its objects. Visarjitavyam cha padaucha gantavyam, the feet and the place and its object of feet, where the feet can walk. Manascha, now here till here were how many? Five Prithvi Tanmatra, five element Panchabhutani and its Tanmatra, 10. Five Gyanendriyani and its Vishayas. So 10 again, 20. Then five Karmendriyani and its Vishay, 10 more, 30. Now from here Manascha Mantavyam, Mana Buddhi Chitta Hankar, it has taken the 4. And again their objects also. So it becomes 8 again. Keep counting, 38. Manascha Mantavyam, mind and its objects. Buddhischa Bodhavyam, Buddhi and its object, the thoughts. Cha Ahankarascha Ahankartavyam, Ahankar and what the Karta Bhav, that is called Ahankartavyam. Cha Chittam cha Chetitavyam, the memory and the things of memory. The Tejascha Vidyotitavyam. Now, till Chetitva, we have 38. Now, Tejascha, Tej and the object of Tej, Vidyotitavyam. We'll see what is Tej. Cha, Pranascha Vidharaitavyam. Prana and its Vishay. These are 42 elements that all resolve back into that self. Who is that self? I. Everything will go back into that I. See, this is Shruti Vakya. So the whole creation, this is Upasana. While you're chanting, you have to think that this is all Atma only. While we are chanting, while we are seeing, while we are thinking, everything is what? That Atma only. This is the Upasana. This is the Upasana of a Vedantic sadhak. That continuously he is thinking that. So this whole creation is what? Raman, Ramatru, and Prameya Vikalpaha. Remember these 3 words? Raman, Prameya, and Pramatru, Pramata. Like you say, you can say Darshan, Drishya, and Drishta. You can say Shrodra, Shravana, and Shravya. So all these, everything is divided into 3, 3, 3, 3. So similarly, the whole, all, everything, whatever the experiences are, it all belongs to, it all goes back where? It all goes back into my own self. And again, when I get up, again with the finite elements, all these are finite. Again, I wear the conditionings of all these mind, intellect, etc. And then again, I project my sansar. All this is sansar only, all this is projection only. Okay, so 42 elements have been described here. All these 42 elements are the sansar. The list has been named Kim Tat Sarvam. Please come back to the Bhashyam again. Page number 63, third paragraph. Prithvicha. Prithvicha, the same thing has been explained. I'll go fast. Prithvicha Sthula Panchaguna. This is Panchikrit Panchamahabhut Prithvi. Tat Karana cha Prithvi Matra. And cause of that is what the Tadmatra of the Prithvi. Tat Karana. Tat Karana means the Karana of that Prithvi is what? The Apanchikrit Matra cha Gandha Tanmatra. That is the Gandha. That is the Gandha Tanmatra, the cause. Tatha Apascha Apomatra cha. So the Apaha means the Jal, the water element and its Tanmatra. Tejascha Tejo Matra, the Tanmatra of the Tej. And the Agni and its Tanmatra. Vayuscha Vayu Matra cha, the air and the tanmatra of the air. Akashascha akashamatra cha. Similarly, the same thing, akash, space and its tanmatra. Stulani cha, sukshmani cha, bhutani ityartha. That means what? The sthul and the sukshma mahabhut have been taken. That means the 10 aspects. The Panchamahabhut and the Apanchikrit Panchamahabhut. All these are the 10 aspects. Tatha, now, the Gyanendriya have been started. Chakshushendriya Rupam cha Drishtavyam cha. The object of eyes are the Rupam cha Drishtavyam, whatever is seen. That is the object of eyes. So again, Shrotram cha Shrotavyam cha, object of ear and the ears. Granam cha Gratavyam cha, object of smell and the smell, the nose. Rasascha Rasaitavyam cha, object of taste and the taste. Tvakcha Sparshayitavyam cha, the object of touch and the touch. Vakcha Vaktavyam, object of speech. Hastaucha Adatavyam, object of hand, whatever is held. All those things, the same thing. Upasthascha Anandayitavyam cha, what the object of Anand. And Upastha. Payuscha Visarjitavyam, anus and what has to be excreted, the object. That is the object. Padaucha Gantavyam cha, feet and where you are walking. That. Buddhindriyan. Now till here again 20. Then Buddhindriyani, sorry, it was 30. Now Buddhindriyani, Karmendriyani, Tadarthas Choktaha. Now one Buddhi Chitta Ahankar, those 4 things have been taken. Manasya Purvoktam, mind and whatever is said earlier. Mantavyam cha tadvishaya, whatever are the thoughts in the mind, everything, all are its objects. Buddhischa Nishchayatmika Buddhi. Remember Tattva Bodh? Nischaya Buddhi, the definition of Buddhi, Nischayatmika Buddhi. Okay, so here also, whenever we are coming to some conclusion, that thing is that object of that Buddhi. Bodhavyam cha tadvishaya, ahankarasya, abhimanasya lakshanam, antakaranam, ahankartavyam cha tadvishaya. See, ahankar meaning what? I am not that pride ahankar. I am doing this. This is my thought. I have to go there. I am seeing. I am thinking. I. That is ahankar. Okay, so here अहंकारस्य अभिमानलक्षणम् अंतःकरणम् अहं कर्तव्यम् अहम. So I am doing this. So I go there, I come here, I sit down, I eat, I sleep, all those things are aham kartavyam. Tad vishayah. Chittam cha chetanavad antahkaranam. An object of chitta is what? Antahkaran, the memory. The Atma conditioned by the Antakaran, the memory portion, whatever I remembered. Chetaitvam cha tad vishaya, what has to be remembered. Those are the object of chitta. Tejas chatva indriya व्यतिरेकेण प्रकाश विशिष्टा या त्वक्तया निर्भास्यो विषयो विद्योतयितव्यम्. So skin here, tejascha, tej Twag indriya vyatirekena, endured in the skin. The tej in the skin. There's a glow in the skin. There's a glow in the skin. Prakasha vishishtha. In the skin there is a glow. The skin has a prakash in that, through which vishishtha ya tvaktya nirbhasyo, through which the sense organs are illumined. Okay, the sense organs are illumined. Everybody has got some tej in him. Everybody. It's got some tej. Beggars, see, look at the beggars. They don't have any tej. But a person who does a lot of jap, who does a lot of sadhana, you see the rich people, they have got a different look. You can see the tej in them. You can make out from their face, they can make out from their tej that this is not an ordinary person. So You'll see different people with different age here. This is what is the meaning of tejascha vidyotayitavyam. Vidyotayitavyam. So nirbhasya vishayo vidyoitavyam. Skin is only illumining. So it is differently illuminating in different bodies. Pranascha sutram. And what is this prana? Prana, the last word. Pranascha vidharitavyam. Pran is which holds the samashti pran. This one, it is the holding the samashti pranasya sutram. Yad achakshate tena vidharitavyam sangrathaniyam. So it is holding the samashti pran. It is going through all. That is called the prana here. Sarvam hi karya karana jatam parathyena samhatam nama rupa rupatmakam etavat eva. So it is a part, all this is a part of what? A samghat, a composition on the names and forms. The composition is made up of all these 42 elements. And so remember, a composition is always meant for somebody other than that composition. Like a car is a composition. The car, the handle, the steering wheel, the wheels, the boot, the horn, everything, the seats, all are for whom? Is it for the car? No, it's not for the car, but the owner of the car. Similarly, here everything is in a composition. This body is also a composition. This body cannot be meant for somebody in the of the body. The body cannot be of the hand, the body cannot be of the eyes, the body cannot be of the feet. It is because all these are a part of the composition. It has to be of somebody who is not a part of this composition. So similarly, sarvam hi karya karana jatam. It is a composition. Everything here is in a composition. Parathena. It is for someone else. Parathena. It is for someone else. Samadam nama rupatmakam etavat eva. So this much only is that everything here is what nama rupatmakam. All is names and forms only that will go back. We have given so much of importance. I feel that everything is so much important, but actually it is not so, because the moment I go to sleep, the biggest sorrow, the deepest sorrow, and the biggest happiness also in our life when we go back to sleep, it merges. It just vanishes. It disappears. It's not there at all. So what to say about this world? We give so much of importance to everything, little things. But it is not so. A person who's a Vedanti, a person who's a sadhak will understand this. And it is normal to go haywire sometimes, go up and down. It is normal. But how much time you take to come back again to your own position, to come back to normal? That's the seeker. A more evolved a seeker is, he will take lesser time to come back to his own normal position. That should be our goal. That okay, my mind becomes sad sometimes, my mind becomes excited sometimes, or it is angry, or it is happy, or it is very cheerful, or it is thinking about worried sometimes. But how much time do I take to come to my normal position? That will define our sadhana evolution. Okay, so now let us come to the ninth one. Ninth one says the ninth mantra. Let us read it. Now, who is this Jeev? Who is this Jeev that has been defined again? See, every text has got different definitions, but the essence is the same. Remember the Vyavharik Jeev? What is a Vyavharik Jeev? Tell me. Definition of the Vyavharik Jeev. You all know that. Sakshina Purato Bhati? Fast. Gitama?
सक्षिणो पुरतो भाति लिंगम देहेन संयुतम क्षितिछाया समावेशा जीवस्य व्यवहारिक.
Very good. Okay, so what was the definition? That along with that reflection, along with the sakshina, all the three they have the three bodies. Now, the reflection and these three bodies convert into a vyavharik jeev. Isn't it? Now here we will also see what is Jeev, how has Prashnopanishad defined a Jeev. Can you tell me how Prashnopanishad defined it in the second and third mantra? The third mantra, I think. What was a Jeev in the third mantra? Third Prashna. Not mantra, third Prashna. In the first Prashna, we saw Rai and Pran, isn't it? The second Prashna, what did we see? The Pran aspect, where it was praised. The third was the Upasana aspect. So there, what was Jeev mentioned as? Remember? What was the Jeev mentioned as? This is an important thing and it is a unique portion of Prashnopanishad. It was compared to Chaya. Remember, we were comparing the Chaya, how it is, and sometimes the Chaya, the shadow, gives us utility also, but that does not mean that the Chaya is real. Sometimes the Chaya is scary, but that does not mean that the Chaya is real. You have to remember all this. Can't forget like that. So Chaya now Shrutima is describing who is a jeev. Esha hi drishta, srishta, shrota, grata, rasayita, manta, bodha, karta, vijnanatma, purusha. Sa pare akshara again. Okay, it's not a misprint. I am reading it without the sandhi. Pare akshare atmani sampratisthate. So Esha hi Drishta. Who is this? He is the seer, Drishta. He is the seer, he is the sprishta, he is the toucher, he is the shrota, he is the hearer, grata, smeller, rasaitva, taster, manta, meditator, bodha, knower, karta, doer, Vijnanatma Purushaha. This Vijnanatma is a Jivatma. Okay, Jivatma Purusha. Here Purusha does not mean Param Purush. Here it is a Jeev. Jeev is called as a Purush. Sa Pare Akshare Atmani Sampratisthate. So now this Jivatma, this is in the Supreme Akshara. It rests or it resolves in what? This Jivatma will resolve back into that Atma only. Where will that reflection go? When Acha, tell me, when the sun is there and the reflection, the water body, some water body is kept, and the sun is reflected in that water body. Suppose there is a bucket, and the bucket, the reflection of sun is there. To resolve the shadow of that sun in the bucket, to resolve that shadow back into the sun, what do I have to do? How will should I take out the sun from should I take out the sun, reflection of the sun from the water and ask it to go back into the sun? How am I going to do that? To make the shadow one with the sun, what should I do? How will it go back? It's not a difficult question. Come on, it's a Baliyar question. How
We
will
are doing nothing. हमें कुछ नहीं करना है.
कुछ नहीं करना है पर कैसे वो वापस कैसे जाएगा? How will it resolve back into that sun? The shadow I am able to see now.
Remove the water or remove the
Yeah,
bucket.
exactly. Remove the water. What is water here? Reflecting medium, isn't it? The reflecting medium, the water. So when the sun is there only, the water body has been removed from there. The shadow will again as if go back to that sun only. So here the instrument, the medium is what upadhis, the mind, body, intellect, all these upadhis are there. When we take out that or when we merge that back into the self, this jivatma, this is the shadow. Remember, this jivatma is the shadow that will resolve back into the atma. Did you get it? It's easy. Oh, I'm not able to get it. Is there any question? Shall I repeat it again? Repeat again? Okay. See, the sun is outside. I have kept a bucket full of water. I am able to see the reflection of the sun in it. If I want to merge the reflection of the sun with the sun, what do? I just remove the bucket. Am I taking out the reflection and putting it back in the sun? That's not possible. So wherever the reflection is, that is the instrument, that the reflecting medium, I just remove that reflecting medium, so the shadow will go back into the bimba, that is the sun only, the object. Now similarly here, what is this Purush, this Vigyan Atma? This is what? A chaya. Chaya meaning what? A shadow. Now, reflected medium is what? The mind, buddhi, all these are the reflecting mediums, where the subtle body, where the reflection of that self only is created. Now, if in the deep sleep state, when this all the reflected medium are merged into the mind only, all these are not separately existing. What is happening? The same Jivatma, the reflection, because there is no medium to reflect. So it as if it merges back into that Paramatma only. That is my own self. It will go back there only from where it had come. It's not a different procedure. It is just the removing of the upadhis, the conditionings of what? Of the mind, body, intellect, all these 42. 10 Panchabhut and its Tanmatra. Then Karmendriya, Tanmatra. Jnanendriya, Vishaya. Jnanendriya, its Vishaya. Then 8 where the Man, Buddhi, Chitta, Hankar and its Vishaya. Then Tej and its Vishaya. Then Pran and its Vishaya. All the 42, they all go back. Where? Because there is no Upadhi now. Now this Jivatma which was reflecting through these, they don't have any place to reflect. And now this Jivatma only will go back to that Purush, the Param Purush, Param Atmani, the Akshar Pare, Akshare Atmane Sampratisthate. Is it clear now? Okay? Fine? Okay. So in this way, see there are two, if you remember, I don't remember which text we had seen. We had seen two Vad, Pratibimba Vad and Avachhed Vad. Remember? Can you just give me a gist of what, if you remember something? I'll be very happy. Pratibimbavad and Avachedvad. I think in Panchadashi we saw this. Somewhere I'd explained it in detail. What is Pratibimbavad? Pratibimbavad. Just now we saw the example also. Tell me. No? Pratibimbavad? Pratibimba meaning what? What is Pratibimba?
Reflection.
Yes. Yes, reflection. Tell me, Yogeshi, what is Pratibimbavat? I think they are all waiting for you.
जीव और जगत को आत्मा का प्रतिबिंब समझना, तो
Give
समझना कि
me,
उसके अंदर
give an example. Give an example and then show. Then we will compare it with the Jiva and Atma. You're right.
जैसे हम शीशे के सामने खड़े होते हैं, when we stand in front of a mirror we see our own reflection. The reflection is not me but appears like me. There is some difference. Left is right, right is left. Always
So
distorted.
this is called
Pratibimb.
Pratibimbavat, the theory of reflection,
Reflected.
reflected consciousness. Okay. So here the bimba is different and the pratibimba is different. If we take the example of the sun and the shadow again, the reflection, and again there also the sun is somewhere else. This is the drawback. Okay, but the thing is that we can prove the unreality better than Avachedvad here. Because the shadow is not real. The shadow is false. Very good. And what is our, is it clear? This is the theory of reflected consciousness. The Pratibimbavad. Pratibimba meaning, it is very easy to remember. Pratibimba meaning reflection. Okay. Now Avachedvad. Do you remember what was that? Theory of what?
Whole and parts. Yeah. Cause
Theory
and
of
effect.
conditioned, theory of conditioned consciousness.
Condition.
Whole and part. Right. So the total space is now conditioned by some wall. See, I am sitting here in a space, So I have conditioned the total space with the walls. My attention is now on the not on the total space, but on the walls around me. This is called what? Avachedvad. So avached meaning the conditioned consciousness. Now that consciousness is appearing with the condition. Now my attention is not going to the total space, but to the walls. I think I see the pot space now. I see the as if the hall space. I see the office space. I see the playground space. I see the school space. All is what? The space is not being cut. The space is the same, but due to the walls, my attention is as if going to these smaller finite spaces and not to the infinite space. This was theory of conditioned consciousness. Okay, so in this way, these are the two things. Now let us see if Eshahi Drishta. This is the Eshahi Drishta. This is he is the seer. I have already told you the meaning from here. Let us come to the Bhashyam. अतः पेज नंबर 65 अतः परम यदात्म रूपम जल सूर्य का दिवत भोक्तृत्व कर्तृत्वेन इह अनुप्रविष्टम other than this sangat अतः परम यदात्म रूपम other than this sangat atma rupam jala surya kivat the reflection of that sun in the water. What is happening? The reflection of the sun in the water. Kartritva, bhoktritva, kartritvena, iha, anupravishtam. After iha, you just add a word, manasi. Manasi anupravishtam. In that mind it enters. Manasi, because it is experienced where everything is experienced in the mind. So manasi anupravishtam, experienced as what? As karta, as bhokta. Manta, Drishta, everything, Bodha, all those things. Now, the mind, when the moment the reflection comes in the mind, it starts. It's such a miracle. It cannot happen, but it is happening. Two things cannot get mixed, which are in different realms, but realms of consciousness, realms of reality, but they are still mixed, and they have as if they are making us play, they are making us slaves, they are making us go around the world, they are making us go up and down. That those things cannot get mixed up. These things, this is the knot of ignorance, avidya. So, yad atmabhota yah esha hi. Now, esha hi drishta, sprishta, shrota, grata. Esha meaning here, this Karyakaran Sangat. Now, the moment the reflection has come into that mind, it has started becoming something. Now, it is becoming. Esha hi drishta, he has become the drishta. It is very, see now Esha word has been used. It is showing very close, the proximity. It is not very far. It has become very close, aparoksh. That Esha hi drishta, it is the drishta. With respect to vrittis, it has become drishta. Sprishta, the toucher. The sprishta, shrota, with relation to the hearing portion, he becomes the shrota. Grata, rasaita, manta, bodha, karta. Karta meaning what? They're all limited. Karta, bhokta are main in that. All these things are around that karta, bhokta only. The limited karta. And the limited karta only becomes bhokta only becomes karta. See, if there is no karta, if there is no bhokta won't become karta. I don't enjoy movies. So I won't become a karta of going to the movie, to this thing and see a movie there, theater and go see a movie. Why? Because the bhokta is not there in me. So when a bhokta is there in me, I become a karta also. The karta only becomes a bhokta. So these both go together. Vijnanatma meaning through which one knows. Vijnanam vigyate anena iti karanabhutam buddhyati. The buddhyati is called the Vijnanam. Idam to vijanate Vijnanam kartri karaka rupam. So one who knows this Vijnan is called Vijnanatma. So this is kartri karak rupam. I am the doer. He says, I am doing everything. Tad atma, tad swabhava, vijnanasya atma karta, tad atma, tad swabhava, whose nature is to hold this knowledge. Vijnatra swabhava ityartha. He is called here Vijnanatma. Purushaha, this Purusha is what? The Jeev. Karya karana sanghatokta upadhi purnatvat. This upadhis are said earlier also. Uktam. These upadhis were told in the 8th mantra. All those upadhis said earlier, it purnatvat purusha, it is pervading the purush. The jivatma is how it is being pervaded, but by all these upadhis. Such that purush, that jiva, jala surya kadi pratibimbasya, in the bimbasya suryadi praveshavat, as if the reflection of the surya is entering the surya. It is entering the Surya. Jala Surya Kadi Pratibimbasya. The Pratibimba is going back into the Bimba. Suryadi Praveshavat. Jal Adi Adhar Shoshe Paresh Akshare Atmani Sampradishte. When the water dries, when the water body is removed, when there is no reflecting material, then the reflection will go back, it will merge back into the same sun. So there is no reflection at all then. This is Atmani Sampratishte. That Jeev becomes one with the self when during the deep sleep state. It goes back where? It merges back from where it had come out. So the source goes back into that source only. Till here, now we have seen from 10th, we'll see it tomorrow. Okay, please revise and do a little bit of meditation on this. And it's very interesting if we know about it and if we reflect upon it continuously throughout the day. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask me later on. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.